Hello again, the Legion Dispeller here. If you hear any music in the background, that's my fiance jamming on his guitar. Actually, it's a video of him jamming on his guitar. And he likes to listen to it super loud so he can get the feel of it or whatever. I don't know. I'm not really into electric guitar playing, but he is, so that's his thing. Anyhow, as I said, I will talk about easy intimacy. Okay. Somebody that tends to be very intimate with a lot of people or the wrong people or too soon in a relationship. A lot of that has to do with the way that they were raised. Sometimes there's sexual abuse involved. Sometimes it's narcissistic. Sometimes it's spiritual. There's a lot of reasons why people lack discretion. I'm going to talk about a little bit about this easy intimacy thing. People that are easily intimate tend to disclose sensitive personal information, and it makes them feel connected. The problem is they feel like the other person feels the same way they do. They want to connect real close, and the other person might not want to be that close. It might make them uncomfortable, as a matter of fact. They will tend to share secrets and experiences and violate the other person's personal space. They basically crave physical togetherness. They might be the type of person that's always hugging you and clinging to you and kissing you and just, that type of thing. They have very low boundaries, and they like to violate other people's boundaries because they have this need for this closeness and enmeshment. Let me explain a little bit about enmeshment. There's a difference between being friends with somebody and being close to their family versus wanting to be with them every second of the day, not being able to make a decision without their approval or at least running and telling them about it. You need to make your own decisions and not be so dependent on another person that you can't move or breathe without their, go-ahead. Okay, back to the easy intimacy thing. These type of people mistake the extent of intimacy desired by the other person. They think that because they want this intimate, close relationship, that other people do too. They don't bother to ask the other person either. They just assume that the other person feels the same way. They allow their values to become corrupted very easily. They can be easily manipulated by other people. They have major disappointment over failed relationships. We're talking about not eating for days at a time, barricading themselves inside their house and not going out, because that relationship becomes like an idol to them. They violate other people's boundaries, as I said, and they're unaware that they're violating the boundaries. Some of them may not even believe it if you confront them. They're easily taken advantage of. They give others ammunition to use against them very readily. They can be seduced into doing things that they wouldn't do otherwise, just for the sake of holding on to a relationship. A lot of people would call these people either dependents or sometimes codependents also. Okay, let's talk about easily offended people. The easily offended person feels that other people are always trying to put them down. They feel like they're being blamed unfairly for things. They feel that their mistakes are being overemphasized, and sometimes they'll overemphasize their own mistakes, while others are being minimized. So the things they really need to be working on, they tend to minimize those things. Other people try to take advantage of them a lot, or they feel like other people try to take advantage of them. Their flaws and their faults feel very visible to other people. They constantly are pointing out other people's flaws because they're offended by what people say, so they're the type of person that say, well, yeah, but you do this or you do that. They feel very devalued, and they will often devalue you. A lot of projection goes on with some of these things as well. Okay, let me tell you a scenario. When a parent only praises a child for meeting their needs and doesn't consider the child as a worthwhile, lovable, separate, distinct person, that child, as an adult, has a self-perception that she or he is fatally flawed, and everyone can see the flaws. They're constantly in touch with this type of self-perception, and they want to hide it from others. When comments are made, this person will immediately consider themselves condemned. They see everything as an attack, basically, on themselves. They're very acutely aware of the things that they consider flaws in themselves. They feel that other people are also aware of them, and this produces a feeling of deep shame and leads them to be easily offended. You see a lot of this type of behavior in people with eating disorders. They feel very flawed, and anytime anybody addresses something with them that needs to, if they need to get some help on something, they count it as, you're attacking me. You know I'm no good, and you're just like everybody else. You can't accept me for who I am, blah, blah, blah. That's very typical. People with eating disorders have a very thin skin when it comes to feeling offended. They perceive a lot of offenses. Now the thing is, I'm going to give them some credit here, in a sense. People with eating disorders, when you don't eat and you starve yourself or you make yourself vomit, make yourself sick, you're doing some damage in your brain as well. It's not just all about the eating. In fact, very little of it is. It's about control. And when you go without eating, you mess up your sleep patterns. So if you're dealing with somebody with anorexia or bulimia, you are also dealing with somebody that has some mental issues going on. They can't think straight. They can't reason well. They're going to say things that are very hurtful and offensive to you and not even realize they're doing it. It's like they're in a whole other mindset, mind frame. So keep that in mind when dealing with somebody with an eating disorder. Okay, I'm going to talk about soothers in the next video. This is important because it kind of goes along with what I just said regarding these other people that are trying to caretake for other people and also that are having trouble with perceiving insults that really aren't there and reacting to them. So in my next video, I'll be talking about soothers. So stay tuned for that. As always, if you're in a dangerous position, please, if you can safely get out of it, get out of it. But at any rate, talk to a safe person. Do not keep the secrets, family or otherwise. And, you know, you need to make sure that you're talking about what's happening to you. People do not read minds. People cannot see what's going on behind your closed doors. Please tell somebody. Get help as soon as possible. Thanks for watching my videos, and I'll talk about soothers in the next one. God bless you. Bye.